Okay, so basically in this video we'll be going through some tutorials on how Git repository work, how you can actually put files in a Git repository, how you can Git clone. It's a more advanced version for GitHub, and also some extra stuff like how to get someone's data as well as why branches are weak. Um, so before that, we have to understand how GitHub works, right? Just treat it like a comic library. Okay, the comic library itself have a lot of students, right? So the students are the one that gives idea to the comic master, and the comic master is the one that draws the comic book. So your comic master is the main branch, whereas your comic students are the sub branches, right? So what happens is that every student will give idea to the comic master. Once the comic master gets a good idea, he will write it down. So he will draw the comic based on whatever student have given him that idea. And once he have drawn that manual, he will just hold the book. So let's say he have drawn from page 1 to page 17, and then he has saved it, right? And then another new student come in, and he just asked the comic master like, can I get a copy of whatever you have drawn so far? So the comic master will clone, which you call it as a git clone, to make a new template, a brand new file of whatever he has drawn to that new student. So the new student will take the comic book and he will continue sketching, and all these students will give idea to the comic master, and the cycle continues until the whole book is complete. That is basically how GitHub works. So you have main branches, you have sub branches, and you can merge files, etc. Right? So we will go through everything in this tutorial. So first of all, how you can open a Git repository file, you just have to go under Visual Code Studio, and you have to understand, in order to open a GitHub link, you must ensure that you have some files inside, or the function wouldn't work. If you do not know how to create a repository, you can watch the previous video which teach you on how to make repository. So let's just open any of the folder with files. I have this link and I have some folders inside. Let's just copy this link over here. What you need to do is you need to go to your Visual Studio Code. You need to click on the blue button on the bottom left. So click on it, and then you will see this open remote repository, and then you just have to paste the URL from what you have left off last time, and they will ask you want to save your previous file, etc. So if you want to save, you save it. If you don't want, you can just open repository. And now this is what the master branch have left you, right? So whatever you have seen here is whatever is in the main branch. So you can edit files inside. So let's say I want to edit some changes. I want to put a H2, and then I just want to add some more files inside. Let's just open a folder. Let's just say that I want to add in my own files inside. So I have some files over here. All you need to do is to just drag and drop, and then you should be able to see some changes. So what you have done is basically the comic master have passed you his template, and then you took his template, you make some changes, and then now you want to give the comic master your changes to see, right? So to do that, you just have to instead of overwriting him, you have to create a copy of yourself, because you need to draw, you need to take a blank piece of paper. So all you need to do is you just have to go over to the source control, click on main branch, and then you just gotta create a new branch. Let's just name it as let's just create it as comic changes. So you have created a new branch now. So you have made a new piece of paper, and then you have made all these changes, right? So they are asking you, do you want to put whatever you have copied so far into that piece of blank paper? So you just say that yes, I want to put it there. You can save it by going to the source control, and you can just go on commit and push. So you can put a message. Let's just say that added some comic scripts. So now you have a blank piece of paper. You just save it. This piece of paper will belong to you. So you can go to commit and push. Okay, what this does is that in the main folder, okay, in your commit masters folder, he will be able to see your branch. So if I were to refresh it, as you can see, commit changes have made a new branch, and I've seen commit changes over here. So these branches is telling you that you have taken a piece of paper, you took a template from him, you put it in your blank piece of paper, you added some content. That is how a branch works. So now you want to, let's say you want to tell your commit master that, hey, I have made these changes. So can I just put this change into your main folder? The commit master will see what you have done based on what he has done so far and the differences between your content, your added content, and his content. And if he accepts it, he will merge it. So now you just have to go to pull request, and then you need to tell the commit master that, hey, I have added some comic scripts, please add me in. So now the commit master will see your message after you have created the pull request. Okay, so now you have added this, and your commit master will be able to see merge pull request from this guy. You will be able to protect your branch if you want to. If it's your own folder, you do not really have to protect your branch. So you can see this request from this guy. So you can just open up, and then you can see all these changes. So you can just comment, great change, nice comic scripts. Then you can just comment, and that's basically how GitHub works. So now we have already gone through some of the things. We have already gone through how to open Git repository, how to input files in Git repository, how to merge into main branch, and how Git clone works. So if you want to know how Git clone works, it's just basically getting a copy from the master, right? Git clone works as if like you are taking whatever he has drawn so far into your own folder. That's it. So now we will be going through on how to git clone from your comic master into your own folder. It's like something he has drawn so far and put into your folder, right? Go under source control, you should see a clone repository. So if it doesn't appear, just do the same thing. Go to bottom left, go to your own repository, make sure it's not empty, right? So then just go under exit remote workspace. So now you should have this clone repository, right? So you just have to clone it, right? Let's just say that I want to clone a comic script from my master. So you just have to go under this link, copy it, paste it, go into it, git clone test. Right, so now you just have to go into that folder and then just select as repository destination. And you have cloned it. Congratulations. Why do you need git clone is basically to get a template from your comic master, right? So once you get this comic script, you are able to see what he has written so far, and also you are able to connect with him and get the latest update of whatever he has written. Let's just say that we're gonna close this folder. If we were to open it again, and then we are able to go to our Git repository under source control, we are able to synchronize changes. So let's just say that I took his copy, and then I go home, I sleep, I come back the next day, I just have to like connect with the comic master and ask him like, what's the latest update? So he can directly tell me what's the latest update by this button called the synchronize changes. So you can just go to your source control and you can click on synchronize changes, and basically what this does is that you have direct connection with the comic master, so you can directly see whatever he has done so far, and then you can directly edit and directly send over, etc., right? And the next day you can just repeat the same. You don't know what's the latest update, you don't have to go to the folder itself, you can just sync with him, right? Get the latest copy, get the latest template without needing to keep taking a new sheet of paper, right? You can just get an update instantly. That is basically how git clone works. If you are happy what you have learned so far, which I feel like it is about there, you can just skip this video and then just take this knowledge, right? However, you want to know how things work behind the scenes, how does the command line interface works, you can continue staying here. Okay, welcome to another tutorial. So this tutorial will be going through the harder step, like how are you going to create a branch all the way using terminal. So you are not pressing any other simple step like what we have gone through previously. This step is more towards an advanced stage, right? Meaning that you don't have to go through this, but if you want to learn, you can watch this video. Basically what I will do is I will try to explain everything as if that you are trying to import goods from a country to another. So before everything happens, we are going to create our goods, right? Before importing, we need to put some goods into our folder. Let's just say that we are importing some electrical appliances. So these electrical appliances, you're just gonna create a text file. Let's just put it as if like electrical lights. And then in the electrical lights, we just put in some text, right? So maybe like model 369. Okay, we are gonna input this text folder into another country, right? And then we just gonna open this folder in our Visual Code Studio. Go to your source control. If you do not see this open folder or anything else, you want to refresh, just go to other server and then just exit remote. So we are going to open folder, find our folder that we have just created. So the electrical appliances, open it, and then you will see a text file over here. So this is the goods we are putting. We are importing a model 369 lighting. So before importing this light, right, we will need a passport in order to import this, right? So let's go to our terminal and create our own passport. Go to terminal, create a new terminal, and then this path should be your own path. If you are not sure whether this is your path and then you want to double confirm, you just click on PWD. It should tell you are currently in this path. Now you are going to make a passport. So how you make a passport? Just type in the command git-init. So now you have created a passport. To see proof, you can go to your files, and then under your electrical appliances, there is this thing called .git. So .git is basically like your passport to transport goods over. So just double click, and then you can see this little text file over here. It's called config. If you double click and take a look at it, basically everything is false now because you have not created your own identity, right? So to create your own identity, you have to find a country you are trying to import to. So let's just find this country. So this is the country, the link, and then you just have to type in the command. The command is git remote add the country. So just copy this, paste it, and then add in the link. Okay, just paste the link, enter, and then now you should have declared where you are trying to import this file over. So if you take a look into your .git folder, double click under config, so now it should be updated. So now you are trying to import the URL into this area. So you can always take a look at the config to see the changes. So now it has captured whatever you tried to import it. But before that, let's just say that I have placed the wrong URL and I want to change it to somewhere. Let's just say that there is a G at the back. So I just have to type in git remote set URL origin, and then I just gotta click on the new link that I want to change, right? You can always change country if you are not sure that you are visiting this place. For now, I do not want to change. So I just leave it as it is. And then the next thing what you're gonna do is that you are going to go into the command called git add. So it's a git-add space full stop. So what this does is that it captures your goods, right? And then it's like you're asking the flight attendant to take your goods. So the flight attendant has taken your goods now, and then you gotta leave him a message, right? So just gotta go to git commit -m, and then You can tell him like send to India or something. Okay, so just git commit, and then it says that create mode electrical light.txt. So now the flight attendant has taken your luggage, and then what you are gonna do, you are going to ensure that this luggage is going to India, right? So how you gonna ensure this is going to India? You just have to type in git remote space -v. So this will ensure that, to find out that if this place is India. So you can double check the link, double check over here. So okay, this G is what I added just now. It was supposed to be this link. Okay, so it matches, it matches. So now, once you have confirmed your location, you are ready to deport. To ensure the actual location you are putting at, you can check all the branches, right? So you can check all the places around India. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna click into the command called git fetch. What this does is that you're trying to find out what are the places, you know, in India they're so big, what are the different branches. They will catch everything, they will tell you whatever branches they are. So now you just have to click git branch -r. So what it does is that it will show you all the branches in this area. So if I were to click on the actual one, you will see all these branches. You can ensure that this is the location you are putting at. You are not able to replace a branch, but you can create a branch and place it inside. So now you have seen all these branches, okay, everything is over here. So now you're gonna import the goods into a new area. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna add in this command called git checkout -b. So git checkout -b, and then you're gonna create your branch name. So just now I have created an electrical light. So model, just make sure you don't press spaces to be safe. Just press model 369. This is the branch you are going to publish to. So next, you just gonna click this command called git push -u origin, and then remove the branch name. Just copy the name again, model 369. Okay, and you are ready to send your goods. So just enter, and then your goods is successfully sent. So now, if you go to your GitHub and you refresh, and then your new branch is over here. So that is how you basically do it, right? Regarding about the pull request, I couldn't really find it from ChatGPT, but apparently if you really want to create a pull request, you can just go to the link itself, and then you just have to create a pull request, create a new pull request, and then select the branches you have made just now. So we made Tesla 369, click on it, and then you just merge it to main branch. However, you just have to take note that if they are completely different files, you are not able to create a pull request. Just like the comic master have written such a good script, and then you just come in with your idea and just say that you just tell the comic master that, hey, restart everything, follow my script. It's impossible, right? So that is why you could not able to create an entirely different file and merge requests. However, if it's something that is slight change, you can merge requests. So let's say we go back to our comic changes previously, and we are able to create a pull request using this. So they will tell you some of the changes, etc. And then yeah, you're able to create it over here, or you can do what we did just now, go under the pull request tab, and then do the same thing over here. Both is the same. Now we have done with this tutorial, we will be going through some extra tips, like why branches are weak, and how to take someone else's work, right? And also like to find out who edited your branches, right? So branches are basically like a comic master with thousands of students working in their own side branches, and then each student is able to walk around and they are able to look into others, what they are writing, what they are creating. So how you're gonna do that is simply do what we did previously. Okay, just go to the Git repository, just copy, and then we're just gonna go to the Git repository, enter this URL, you should be able to enter this room. And so what it does is that you are able to see all these branches. So let's say that I do not have any ideas, so I want to see what other people write. So I can just go to, maybe let's just go to fantastic, and then we are able to see what he's writing. So he's writing tests. Okay, I love what he's writing. So now I want to download his folder. So just click on download, and then you can technically copy what he's been doing. So I want to download his index folder. I want to click download, and voila! Now you copy what he has done so far. And then you can definitely go to other people's branches, go to other people's comic books, and then go and mess around with them. So let's just say that I don't really like this person, right? So he has written something. I don't really like this guy called testing123. So I just remove his text, and then I just say haha exclamation mark, and then I just save it, and then I just click commit and push. So haha. So now I have changed his branch. So you can technically go around and mess with other people, and then if you were to click into refresh button again, and then this poor guy called test123 has created a haha folder. So he had basically, you are able to walk around branches, and then you can disturb other branches. And then if you do not like the comic master, you can as well create 1000 branches into that folder. So there are definitely scripts you can do that. So you can create 1000 folders, and then you can create 1000 branches, so that next time when someone tries to open other files, they are unable to do it because you have created 1000 folders, and they are unable to scroll and find. And then you are also able to find out who did this branch. So if somebody were to edit your branch, you are gonna find out who's the culprit, right? I mean, when we first type in git init, right, there is like a SHA1, I believe, that is installed in your computer. So if you take a look at git over here, maybe it's in the fetch head folder. Yeah, so in your fetch head folder, basically this is like your hash that's created by the GitHub itself for you to connect to the GitHub. So what this does is that it generates a 7 random number into your GitHub. Okay, so basically this 7-digit hash is given to you. It tracks your email. So if you were to edit any branches in the main repository, everybody is able to find out who you are. Let's just say we take a random URL from somewhere else. It's available on the internet. Let's just take this rock, paper, scissors as example. So we just gotta go into the remote repository, enter the URL, enter, and you are in the repository now. As you can see, there are a bunch of people who have created branches, all these type of people. There are a bunch. Let's try to find out the person, this guy, Dragon. So this guy basically has 484F1E2. So 484F1E2. So what we are gonna do is we are just basically gonna enter the command, go to our terminal, new terminal, type in the command git init. So you will have initiated a repository. So now once you have initialized, you just have to go to git remote, add the remote, and then enter the link. So you can enter this link over here. So now you have switched your remote into this link. So now you just have to fetch data. Now you just have to key in git fetch origin, and then you should be able to get all the data. So now you just have to key in git show and then enter the person's, just take a look at the branch. Let's say I want to find out who is Dragon. I just have to key in git show 484 f1e2. So what it does is that it generates the author, which is this guy, and his GitHub email. So now I can harass him to find out who is this guy. I can send spam emails. I can do all this kind of dirty stuff if I want to. That is basically how Git hash works. And yeah, that's about it. So basically I have explained everything over here. And hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.